My friend, there is one question that decides the destiny of every man and woman. Not the question of money, not the question of survival, but this: what is my definite purpose in life? Most men never answer it. They drift from one job to another, from one habit to another, from one excuse to another. And at the end, they wonder why success never came. Listen carefully. Success is not the reward of luck. It is not a gift handed down by chance. Success is the child of a burning purpose, married to persistent action. Without purpose, a man is like a ship without a compass. No matter how strong the wind blows, he drifts endlessly. He may move fast, but he never arrives. Have you ever felt that gnawing emptiness? That quiet voice inside saying, there must be more than this? That is the voice of your buried purpose. And if you do not answer it, it will torment you until your last breath. Here is the tragedy. The majority will die with their music still locked inside them. Their books are unwritten. Their businesses are unbuilt. Their dreams never lived. Why? Because they never dared to ask or answer this one question. But here is the hope. The moment you choose your definite purpose, the universe itself seems to rise and meet you. Doors open. Allies appear. Strength you never knew you had floods your veins. So I ask you now, directly, urgently, do you know your purpose, or are you drifting? Because the man who knows his purpose is already halfway to success, but the man who drifts is already halfway to regret, and the choice is yours. My friend, let me tell you about a young man I once knew. He was intelligent. He was talented. He had within him the seeds of greatness, but there was one fatal flaw. He drifted. When he left school, he had no clear purpose. He said, I'll figure it out as I go. And so he took the first job that came along. It paid the bills. It kept him busy, but it did not stir his soul. Month after month became year after year, and each year he told himself, someday I will start my own business. Someday I will follow my dream. But someday never came. Instead, he drifted into comfort. A paycheck every 2 weeks. Evenings wasted in idle entertainment, weekends spent in distraction, and all the while his dream grew weaker. One day, I asked him, what do you truly want from life? He laughed nervously and said, I don't really know. I just hope things work out. But here is the truth. Things do not just work out. Not without purpose, not without a decision. Life is like a river. If you do not row toward your goal, the current will carry you wherever it pleases. And the current does not lead to greatness. It leads to regret. And regret, my friend, is the heaviest burden a man can carry. This young man kept drifting. He changed jobs, but not his direction. He changed cities, but not his vision. He surrounded himself with people who also drifted, and together they called it normal life. But normal life is nothing more than quiet surrender. I still remember the day he turned 50. His hair was gray. His shoulders were bent. He looked at me and said, I don't know where the years went. I thought I had more time. My heart ached because I knew what he could have been. I saw the talent that had withered, the dreams that had dried up like rivers in the desert. And here is the emotional punch. The tragedy of life is not that it ends too soon. The tragedy is that we wait too long to begin. Now let me ask you a courtesy question. Are you too drifting? Do you wake up each morning with a clear purpose? Or do you simply go through the motions, hoping that somehow, someday, life will deliver what you desire? Because here is the curiosity hook. If you do not decide your direction, someone else will decide it for you. Your boss, your bills, your fears, your circumstances, and you will wake up one day, just like that man, asking, where did my life go? But here is the hope. The current may be strong, but you still hold the oars. You still have the power to row toward a definite purpose. You still have the power to decide. Enough drifting. From today forward, I will live with intention. Remember this, the difference between a dreamer and a doer is decision. The difference between drifting and destiny is purpose. The young man I told you about left this world quietly. He never wrote the book he spoke of. He never built the business he dreamed of. He never left the legacy he once imagined. His life became a warning, a silent message carved not in stone but in memory. Do not drift. So I say to you with urgency, do not wait for someday. Someday is a lie. Someday I will be a thief. Someday has already buried millions of dreams. Your time is now. Your purpose must be chosen now. Your dream must be protected now. Because if you drift, you too will become another story whispered in regret. But if you decide, if you dare to fix your mind on a definite purpose and act with persistence, your life will become a beacon. Others will look at you and say, here is a man who lived, here is a woman who dared. And that, my friend, is the difference between the drifter and the destined. My friend, you may wonder, why is it that so many people wander through life never knowing their purpose? Why do millions live, work, and die without ever discovering why they were here? The answer is not hidden. It is not complicated. It is painfully simple. The first reason is fear. Fear of failure, fear of ridicule, fear of standing apart from the crowd. Most men would rather stay chained to mediocrity than risk the laughter of their neighbors. They call it being realistic, but in truth they are only afraid. Fear kills more dreams than poverty, more dreams than sickness, more dreams than death itself. The second reason is indecision. A man who cannot decide will never act. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. Picture this. A young woman once stood before two paths. One led to the career of her passion, the other to the job her family wanted. She hesitated, she delayed. She said, I'll decide later, but later never came. Life chose for her. She ended up in the job she did not love, and her passion withered like a flower without water. Indecision is not harmless, it is fatal. The third reason is lack of definiteness of purpose. Most people never ask the question, what do I truly want? They chase money, then chase comfort, then chase distraction, but they never stop to define a burning aim. A ship without a compass will drift endlessly at sea, no matter how strong it sails. And so it is with men. Without purpose, they move, but they never arrive. My friend, let me ask you, have you defined your purpose? Or are you living by accident, hoping that somehow, someday, the answer will appear? Because here is the emotional punch. Life does not hand you purpose. You must seize it. You must carve it out of the rock of indecision and fear. The fourth reason is the comfort of conformity. Most people follow the crowd. They wear what others wear. They think what others think. They do what others do. But listen carefully. No man has ever found greatness by following the herd. The herd is safe, but it is blind, and the blind do not lead you to destiny. They lead you to the slaughter of regret.
Mini story. I once met a man who wanted to start a business, but his friends laughed and said, be sensible, keep your job. So he stayed. 10 years later, those same friends were still struggling, and he had nothing but regret for the years he wasted listening to their fear. Here is the curiosity hook. Lean in, Tone.
What might happen if you stopped listening to the crowd and started listening to the quiet voice within? What doors would open? What hidden strength would rise in you? The final reason most people never find their purpose is this. They never commit to self-examination. They rush through life, busy but blind. They never ask, why am I here? What do I truly want? What legacy will I leave? Without reflection, there can be no direction. And without direction, there can be no destiny. My friend, this is why the graveyard is the richest place on earth. It is filled with books never written, songs never sung, businesses never built, inventions never created, all because fear, indecision, conformity, and neglect stole the purpose of men and women who once had potential as great as yours. But here is the hope. You are alive. You still breathe. You still have the power to ask, to decide, to define, to act. Do not make the mistake of thinking it is too late. The man who finds his purpose at 70 is greater than the man who never finds it at all. So I ask you now, directly, urgently, will you be among the majority who drift, or will you join the rare few who define their purpose and live it with burning desire? Because the difference between mediocrity and greatness is not talent, nor luck, nor wealth. It is clarity of purpose and the courage to pursue it. Remember this lesson. Most people never find their purpose because they never look within. But the man who dares to look inward, to decide, to act, becomes unstoppable. My friend, once you understand why most people never find their purpose, the question becomes urgent. How do you discover yours? This is not a mystery. There is a system, and if you follow it faithfully, it will lead you to your true calling. Step 1, silence the noise. Most people cannot hear their calling because the world is too loud. Television, gossip, endless distraction, they drown the inner voice. Set aside time each day for silence. No phone, no chatter, just you and your thoughts. For in silence, the whisper of your purpose becomes clear. I once advised a man burdened with confusion. He could not choose between careers. I told him every morning, spend 15 minutes in silence, asking yourself, what do I truly want? Within weeks, his vision sharpened. Within months, he made his decision. Silence had revealed what noise had hidden. Step 2, identify what stirs your soul. Purpose is not found in things that bore you. It is hidden in the tasks that make time disappear. Ask yourself, what work makes me forget to eat? What challenge makes me feel most alive? What problem in the world makes me angry enough to solve it? These are clues. They are sparks pointing to your true fire. Step 3, define it clearly. A vague dream is a dead dream. Do not say, I want success. Say, I will build a business that empowers young men to escape poverty. Clarity is power. Your mind, your energy, your opportunities all align when your goal is definite. My friend, write it down. Speak it aloud. Let it be so precise that a stranger could understand it in one sentence. Step 4, test it with small actions. Do not wait for the perfect plan. Begin. Take one step today. Mini story. There was a woman who dreamed of writing. She hesitated for years. One day she committed. I will write 1 page every night. Within a year, she held her first book in her hands. Not because she knew everything at the start, but because she dared to take small steps. Action reveals purpose. Inaction buries it. Step 5, surround yourself with belief. No man succeeds alone. Your purpose will be fragile at first, like a seedling. Protect it from the winds of doubt. Find mentors, find allies. Read books that strengthen your resolve. And beware of dream killers. Those who laugh at your vision do not deserve your ear. Remember this, faith is contagious, but so is doubt. Choose your company wisely. Step 6, persist until. Every true calling will test you. It will place obstacles in your path, not to destroy you, but to strengthen you. When the door is shut, knock again. When you fall, rise again. When the world says no, let your burning desire shout yes. Winners persist until the book is written, until the business is built, until the vision is reality. Here is the curiosity hook. What would your life look like 1 year from today if you practiced these 6 steps daily? Would you not be unrecognizable to yourself? Would you not stand taller, stronger, clearer, with a destiny unfolding before your eyes? So here is the system, simple yet profound. Ruse, silence the noise. 2, identify what stirs your soul. 3, define it clearly. 4, test it with small actions. 5, surround yourself with belief. 6, persist until. Follow this path, and you will not drift. You will not die with your music still inside you. You will rise with purpose, and your life will echo with meaning. My friend, do not delay. Begin tonight. Take 1 step, however small, toward your calling. For the man who follows his purpose does not merely live. He lives fully, and his life becomes not a question mark, but an exclamation mark. My friend, purpose without action is like a seed left in a jar. It may hold the promise of a mighty tree, but unless planted, watered, and cared for, it will never grow. So the question is not, do you have a purpose? The real question is, are you building that purpose into your daily life? Let me show you the path. Simple, practical, powerful. Step 1, begin each day with your purpose. Winners do not stumble into their mornings. They design them. Before you check your phone, before you answer the world's noise, remind yourself of your definite aim. Write it, speak it, picture it. Make your first thought each day a contract with destiny. I knew a man who wrote his purpose on a card and carried it in his pocket. Every morning he read it aloud. Every night he reviewed it. Within 3 years, his dream business was alive because he lived with purpose at the start and end of every day. Step 2, break purpose into daily steps. A mountain is climbed 1 step at a time. Your dream must become today's to-do. Ask yourself each morning, what single action will move me closer to my calling today? It might be a phone call, a paragraph written, a skill practiced. Do not despise small steps. They are the bricks that build empires. Step 3, guard your hours. The average man wastes his days on trivialities, scrolling, gossip, endless distraction. But the man of purpose treats each hour as gold. He asks, does this serve my aim? If not, he cuts it away ruthlessly, courageously. My friend, your time is life. Waste your time and you waste your purpose. Step 4. Transform obstacles into fuel. Every day will bring resistance, interruptions, failures, disappointments. But here is the truth. Obstacles are not signals to quit. They are tests of your desire. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before producing the light bulb. Each failure was not a defeat, but a teacher. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset is how purpose is forged into reality. So when obstacles appear, do not curse them. Ask, "What is this here to teach me?" Then use it as fuel. Step 5. End each day with reflection. Purpose must be guarded morning and night. Each evening, ask yourself 3 questions. Did I act in alignment with my purpose today? Where did I fall short? How will I improve tomorrow? This habit keeps you sharp, prevents drift, and ensures progress, even in small amounts. Here is the emotional punch. Dreams do not collapse overnight. They die slowly, neglected day by day. But in the same way, greatness is not built in a single leap. It is built daily, brick upon brick, action upon action. My friend, do not condemn yourself for what you failed to do yesterday. Begin today. Take the next step. Let purpose live in your hours, and your hours will compound into destiny. Here is the curiosity hook. What would your life look like 1 year from now if every single day you gave just 1 hour to your true purpose? Could you not write the book, launch the business, transform your health, change your destiny? So the practical path is clear. Start each day with your purpose. Break it into small daily steps. Guard your hours like treasure. Turn obstacles into teachers. End each day with reflection. Do this and your purpose will no longer be a dream. It will be your way of life. Remember, success is not one great act. It is 1,000 small acts, repeated faithfully. Purpose is not something you think about. It is something you live moment by moment, day by day. And if you live this way, my friend, your life will not end in regret. It will end in triumph. My friend, life gives us all the same 2 choices: to live with a definite purpose or to die with endless regret. There is no middle ground. For the man who drifts without purpose, each day is wasted fuel. He rises, he works, he eats, he sleeps, but he never truly lives. At the end, his last words are not a triumph. They are sorrow, they are whispers of, if only I had tried, if only I had begun. Regret is the heaviest burden a soul can carry. It cannot be lifted. It cannot be undone. But the man of definite purpose lives differently. He wakes each day with clarity. He knows why he rises. He knows what he must do. And though obstacles strike him, though failures bruise him, he persists because his purpose burns brighter than his pain. And when his final hour comes, he does not whisper, "if only." "O cannot my field starches mix with the Korah?" He smiles and says, "I gave my gift, I lived my calling, I leave behind a legacy." So I ask you now, directly, urgently, leaning in tone, which path will you choose? The path of drifting, safe, comfortable, but ending in emptiness, or the path of purpose, demanding, risky, but ending in triumph? My friend, you are alive today. Breath fills your lungs. Opportunity stands before you. Do not delay. Do not wait for someday. Someday is a lie. Choose now. Define your purpose now. Act on it now. For in the end, life will remember you in only 2 ways: as the man who lived with purpose, or as the man who left behind regret. The choice is yours, and the time